hidden.
Okay, we are live and everything's going
Well, that
enjoy that.
Yeah, thank you, Chris.
You're welcome.
Oh, you should have seen Chris last night, man. He wanted to knock the shit out of me.
What would you do?
I made like 10 point puns.
Point puns?
Yes.
What exactly is a point pun?
We were fighting
Using the word point in a pun.
We were fighting a bee last night, and you had to hit the bee on the point, and I just kept saying, "That's the point. You got a point."
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Chris shoved the controller damn near my ass.
I told him I was going to.
Were you aroused?
Sorry.
Ads. On my own damn channel.
Yeah.
My channel, and I get ads on it. I have to sit through ads. On my channel.
That is some funny shit. We'll have to add the sound herself. What are you putting in?
Butt nuts.
But it does.
Wow. We are butt nuts. What's the point of the name in this in the first place? Did they ever reference it?
No, it changes the password you get.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that has to do with anything, but I guess if you so desired. It might show up at the end, like in the credits
I
sequence.
can see that.
Butt nuts is high score.
Yeah.
I'm the only one who's
Maybe
playing.
that's what it does. Maybe it saves high scores. I don't know.
Who the fuck knows? And honestly, who the fuck cares?
Butt nuts does.
Bet Buttnuts really cares. It's his game. Who the hell Buttnuts is.
I've got to find a way to...
Get the audio.
Yeah.
I'm missing the music, aren't you guys?
I'm missing everything, and especially when you're playing parts that have, like, you know, very specific audio cues, like Donkey Kong Country, we have to listen to Cannonball, you know, things like that. Not having that sucks.
Well, a lot of what kind of throws me off, I hate not having the hit confirmation. That little sound you get. I love that. Especially in Super Duels and Ghosts, when that sound confirmation determines whether you actually did damage or not.
You were beasting. Look at that damn game.
I wouldn't call it exactly beasting.
I would compare to what I would.
I would call it a bee sting.
A bee sting.
That's...
Does anyone else hate that whenever an item drops, you walk over and you pick it up?
That's why another reason that I love Dracula X.
Because every time I get the third Roman numeral, why it's a third, I don't understand why it's that, but anyway, when I can start spamming my crosses, never fails.
Dagger.
Yep. Oh.
Especially right.
And it wouldn't be so bad, but it resets your like power up.
I really want to own Dracula X at some point.
Yeah, we need to put that down.
Fuck. I haven't looked in a while. I don't know if it's gone up or down. God damn it.
See that shit right there.
I enjoyed and I thought it was needed and also suited 911. So you got 2 games for 1.
Well, that's their selling point for anything. Like, just in case this sucks, it puts Symphony on it. People like that.
Castlevania 1, yeah.
This has always been my favorite Castlevania, the one that I've played. Now, to be fair, I don't play them all, but this is always my favorite.
Don't play 2.
Well, here's the thing, unfortunately. This will always be your favorite.
Nostalgia.
Well, that and this Castlevania is, in a lot of ways, very different from other Castlevania because of omnidirectional whipping.
So if you fall in love with omnidirectional whipping,
No other Castlevania has that, so...
Yeah, this is the only one. Even in games like Symphony of the Night, you can't... Well, Well, you can in that one if you play as a Belmont, but you're not supposed to. But you still can't hit it diagonally with your sword. It's straight across and straight in.
I always put those invincibility thingies in the oddest places.
And a master.
Yeah. It's like, wow, you put this in a place that by the time the enemies are gone.
Dude, you've like worked out the formula for ghouls and ghosts fucking chest spawn. If you can figure out that sorcery, this should be nothing.
No, that shit is... Oh, I can't wait till we stream Super Ghouls and Ghosts. My dick is going to be so rock hard for that. You think I'm laughing? Don't laugh. It's not funny. It's going to be a real thing. Like, it's going to be like back in middle school, you have your textbook over your crotch. It's one of those things while I play Super Ghouls and Ghosts.
No reason, boner.
No reason boner.
I can only beat the first 2 stages, okay? After that, it's like...
You can do the first stage. I think a lot of that is you just play the first 2 stages more.
That's basically what Ghouls and Ghosts is memorization work.
And it's kind of one of those things. One day you're playing Super Ghouls.
Gah!
That helps here. It's not helpful here. I honestly think that's probably the best weapon in the game. Is the one you got situationally. Of course, this one is possible, which makes it badass. It's true. When anyone was a kid, did they find those little things super fucking confusing? Like, it's obvious now. Just step over them, don't jump on them. And as a kid, for some reason, like, I was scared to shit when I seen those. Because my brain didn't know why they sometimes split and sometimes they didn't.
I don't think
I'm gonna say no because I didn't play this as a kid.
And the problem was I would always jump over the Medusa heads. I was not confident in getting them.
I think
what
that's
killed
why
me.
they put them there, is so you can't jump over them. Which, you can jump on those if you jump really fast. They won't even spin over if you're quick enough.
Really?
If we had the
Useless
power-up.
ass.
You need to play Blood Mods.
What's Blood
Sega. It's really fun.
Aww. Oops. Well, I'm off to a fantastic start.
It was the first one to have 2 characters select.
That's my biggest issue with this game, is why do they even give you the cloth or the leather wheel? What's the purpose?
That's my problem with Castlevania in general.
Is that a thing throughout the Castlevania
Yeah,
series?
that's just a Castlevania thing.
Yeah.
Like, why do you start with a leather whip?
If you're just going to give it to me anyway. I would get it if it was really far apart and, you know, if you fucked up, you'd be in big trouble, but it almost like a design quirk.
Like, they designed the game around you having
Yeah.
the whip, so if you don't have it, you're fucked. So in order to compensate for that,
They have to give it to you.
they give it to you, so instead, why don't you just...
Start with it.
Yeah.
I think it seems like to me that the programmers just didn't know what they needed to know, and maybe they had the game finished and tried to switch it, and shit just started breaking.
Well,
So they're like, fuck it, just revert it back.
Well, here's the thing, though. It's like, that's been a thing since literally the very first Castlevania. I'm in a really bad spot.
Yeah.
I'm not off to a good start. See, I don't have any nostalgia for Castlevania at all, because I didn't play it. Like, I didn't even know what Castlevania was until the PS2 came out.
I think I'm the only one who did that as a kid.
I played it. Yeah, I played this one.
I played the original.
I had this as a SNES. I didn't have Nintendo as a kid, so too young, rather.
So
I'm
see,
back, like, way...
I'm older than you.
Too young. Sorry, 22-year-olds didn't have Nintendo. That's the
Well, the good thing about it, my dad played the NES. So,
Yeah, if my parents were cool, I'd have had an NES, but they weren't.
and then every time my dad got the newer system, that's when I got to play the most. You're not using the SNES no more, Dad. Okay. Yay. Of course, that being said, I was rarely able to use the PS1.
The first console I ever played was a NES. The first console I ever owned was a NES.
I remember playing an NES at my cousin's house, but I always enjoyed my SNES. Honestly, honestly, if I only had to have one console, that's probably not.
Well, Super Nintendo had a lot of great games on it.
My childhood's on there.
I mean, that being said, the Super Nintendo came out when, like I was telling your brother this morning, when if you were kind of popular, you had a fucking game. The Cheeto guy had a fucking game.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
It's only I hate about the SNES is there's so much just trash on there.
Everybody wanted to try to get in that spotlight.
Oh, the NES? I thought I was gonna have a NES collection.
So much goddamn fluff on the NES.
Y'all ever played a Monster Mash?
Never even heard of Monster Mash.
Might be Monster Mash. I might be wrong.
He did the Monster Mash.
That's a song.
Yes.
No, it's one of those two. But anyways, I didn't really enjoy it. It's kind of fun, but it's not really that great. I enjoyed. Well, let me explain. I know that sounds stupid.
I was about to, but before you do that, let me just go ahead and get this out of the way, because I'll lose it if I don't. Your explanations are awful. Did you ever play this game? It's awful, but I had fun, but not really. It's okay. What even rubric is that?
The first couple stages were okay, and then it just gets hard.
I never know if a game is good or bad.
Final Fantasy.
Final
I thought it
Fantasy
was playing the
Chuck
jazz
Buddies.
breakdown from this game. I love that. Whenever I buy another saxophone, I am definitely for you guys going to play the jazz breakdown, the smooth jazz.
I'm gonna play you the song of my people.
It's the song of my people. There we go.
I'm actually looking forward to playing 7. Now it's got achievements. I looked at the achievements, stupid achievements, but I can get them all. I know I can easy.
Play what with achievements?
Final Fantasy 7.
That has achievements?
They released it on Steam.
Yeah.
7 and 8 both on Steam with achievements.
Yeah.
Some of it is like get Yuffie, get Vincent. Some of the obvious, Peach Ruby, Emerald, Sapphire.
Is Pokemon now, or?
There's not a Sapphire.
He's just adding in random shit.
There is a Ruby and Emerald. There's not a Sapphire. The 3 weapons in 7 are
Ultimate
Ruby, Emerald,
weapon.
and well, I forgot about Ultimate, but Diamond.
Yeah.
Diamond's the weapon that attacks Midgard.
And it's really cool because you can see it walking. Granted, it walks like a...
It looks like it walks like a fucking duck.
Fuck, I didn't want this. I don't want this item.
But at its time, it was kind of neat.
I guess.
I got a question for you guys.
Sure.
You guys know a lot about Final Fantasy X and X2. I was watching, I was taking a crap today,
Okay.
and I was on Game FAQ's message board just entertaining myself. So that's always a good place to go for intelligent thought. And I'm on there, and there's this post we're talking about who would win against the U.S. Army today or Sin.
Sin.
I saw some really smart comments on what I know about Sin, but I was like, are you really going to compare a military that still uses bullets to something like Sin?
Because, even in Final Fantasy X, they use bullets to try and fight Sin, and it doesn't work.
They have to use high power bombs to destroy it. And they didn't even destroy it, they destroyed pieces
they
of it.
blew off a chunk of his armor, and he just got pissed and said, nah, fuck this, and just his aura disintegrated the people.
Yeah.
Literally just turned them to dust.
He farted, people died.
People talking about well, what did you nuclear weapons on him? And I'm like sitting here thinking, so we can have our own nuclear winter. That's
You
smart.
wouldn't do any damage to him.
Well, and here's the thing, it's not a big secret. It's been out for several years now. Spoiler alert: Sin is just armor for a piece that is inside of him. So even if you were to use a nuke and kill Sin's just gonna come right back.
Yeah.
And then now you have to deal with the devastation of nuclear winter and all the shit that you fucked up, while he comes back just as strong as he was before. What are you gonna do? Nuke him again?
Keep nuking it.
Eventually you're gonna run out of resources. Because, inevitably, just the way Sin is you would not be able to.
His name is Sin. That in itself is
in order for them to win, they have to use other forms of means. And I guess it would be kind of beyond life.
Well, even in
That's
the
what
game,
an Aeon
even
is.
the game itself tells you it's Sin's unbeatable. You have to use basically Game Shark to to beat him. Like, literally, you have to be able to destroy his armor, and then during the time period that the armor is destroyed before it's rebuilt, crawl into it, find your way into its intestines, where the dude is inside of it that controls it. And even then, you're not strong enough to beat him. You have to trick him into a weakened state, then fight him.
That's the entire fight.
And you actually make him kill himself.
Yep.
Is the easiest way to fight him. Is he counter hits every time you hit him. Game pauses for him to do an attack, and what he does is he utilizes that as opportunity to cast a strongest heal spell on himself. So you hit him, it's just like bam, full. So it's like, how the fuck do I beat this? There's a nice little ability in the game that turns people into zombies. Zombie status in Final Fantasy has reversed healing effects.
Yeah.
So if you get hit with a healing spell, it's a damaging spell. So you literally make him kill himself. You inflict him with zombie, and then go and smack him, and then he casts, the strongest level heal spell on himself, and does more damage. Ugh.
That's insane.
What I say that I've enjoyed the most out of that is I don't like fighting the story-based bosses no more after fighting the Dark Aeons. And doing all the stuff to get up to Nemesis was tedious as fuck. But damn, was it cool fighting him. Sitting down and saying I was the one who leveled this guy's up and did it. It was cool. I enjoyed that. But I'm a little nervous about this.
Penance is a dick. I mean, there's no two ways around it.
But I
Don't get that smack.
20 million health is just a lot, no matter how you slice it.
No.
I stand by what I said before, though. If you do it right, any secret bosses are fun.
Yeah, a lot of like the ones in LOD, people are like, oh my god, the strategy guide doesn't even cover it. People are damn, you gotta be this level, that level, this, oh my god, it's super hard.
Why is that? Why does most strategy guys not really cover the secret bosses?
I don't think they know that the secret boss exists.
Well, he's actually right, and that's actually what the breakdown is I don't know if you realize how the process of making a strategy guide is, but basically like 3 to 6 months, if you're lucky, before a game comes out, they give you a demo copy of the game, which usually isn't even the finished version. And they say, here, play through it and write a guide.
That's why in our LOD runs,
And it's usually one dude.
and we look through the book, Rabbits is named Rabbits. It was a mistranslation, they didn't fix it till later.
That's like in 7 too. You look at Barrett's fucking jacket, it's different color.
Well, the 7 guide's horrible because items are different. They tell you to go to this place to get this item, you go there and it's something completely different.
Yeah, 7's pretty bad for that.
LOD wasn't too bad. I think they didn't do a lot of changes.
The process has gotten a lot more streamlined as time's gone on, but god, those old guides were awful.
I like to read them because it's almost kind of like looking at a lot of that stuff's really hush-hush. What was planned but didn't get put in, and what the game was like before this date. You don't get to see a lot of that stuff. But you can look at guides sometimes and kind of find out, almost kind of like in a private eye sort of way, what was going on, what we would have seen.
So yeah, definitely, if there were like last minute changes, those aren't covered by guides, and because you're on a timer, you got to get covered like everything that you can to have a successful guide, so you're not going to do optional content.
And a lot of that, I don't even know. One thing I've always wondered, and Chris, you might be able to answer my question, is okay, let's say you're writing a guide for Chris's Island Adventure, a new game Chris made. Now I'm writing the guide. You as a developer, do you tell me everything? Or do I have to play through it and figure it out? Like, for example, are there secrets, codes, hidden bosses, and shit that you know about that's not easily for me to find? If I play through it and write a guide and don't come across that, is that uncommon?
It is on a case-by-case basis. Like cheat codes and things like that, I think the developers would do tell. But like, as far as like optional hidden shit and things like that, it's up to the developer if they felt like telling them or not. Generally speaking, probably not, because there's very little contact between. Because I mean, even if there is, it's going to be so delayed because it's major corporation A talking to major corporation B, and then the trickle effect for both of them.
Yeah, point A to point E.
Because, the dude at Prima Games doesn't get to call up the developer and be like, hey, let me talk to Joe Bob down in coding and how the fuck's this boss work so I can write it in the book. No, it's they have to go to their boss, who has to go to their boss, who has to talk to the boss of the other company.
That may be why some of the old Nintendo guys were so good compared to others. It's because they were in-house.
Yeah. Well, that's why
Nintendo
like
wrote the book and they wrote the game, so to that.
yeah, I mean that's the best guides are always if you can get an in-house guide. That's always the best way to do it. And that's also why official guides are the best way to go. Because generally speaking, they have more interaction with the actual team working on it.
The only time I've ever seen, and it's the only time, the only time I've ever seen it, is with unofficial guides. Because I have 2 Tekken 3 guides. One is the official Prima, it's got official written all over it, guide for Tekken 3. The other one, I don't remember, I think it's by Brady's maybe? Brady or Brady's.
I know so.
And it's unofficial. It is so much more chock full of real fighting game player information, such as frame data and complete combo lists and stuff. Whereas the Prima guide is kind of like a Call of Duty strategy guide. Like, look, shoot at things, don't get shot, you'll be fine. The unofficial guide looks like something that we'd see today for like a Street Fighter or something, you know? I mean,
That's interesting that you bring that up because that's actually like that's how it used to be. Because companies didn't really care about the tournament scene and frame data. Who needs that? If you're so dedicated that you're going to study this, then you don't need the guide anyways.
shit! Ring Masters has followed.
You're going to figure this out. Herp derp, bloody god. But, now that's changed, where there's more of a focus on the tournament scene. The official guides have, they recruit pro players to help write the guide. It's like, here's an here, play the game, learn this character, talk about frames.
See, that's one of those things, I really hope that the fighting game developers, like Capcom and Namco and stuff, really start to see that without a fighting game community, your game's not going to sell anymore. There's no 10-year-old kids playing Street Fighter. And if they do, they buy it and take it back, which doesn't hurt them, really. But there's no one's lining up at the door to buy Street Fighter V, except for people like us. No one gives a shit. So I really hope that they make those games with us in mind anymore. They seem to, in my opinion. I mean, they seem to put an effort in it. And you see, with a lot of sponsored tournaments and tournament giveaways and things like that.
I mean, this whole circuit that, Final Round, East Coast Throwdown, and Fall Classic are on the Capcom Pro circuit. So it's actually a Capcom sanction.
Now, does it still have anything to do with Evo? Okay, so that's done.
Nope.
It seems like Evo's kind of really took come out of the limelight. Thanks to a lot of the bigger people starting to be like,
it's still considered the World Championship, and will always be, because it's once you achieve that title, you can't really have that removed. But definitely some of the other grassroots, what it is Capcom trying to get a slice of their own pie, basically. It's like, oh, there's money to be had in this game that we make. Why are we doing that?
It's just not dumb.
Honestly,
it's a business decision.
I really hope that they do make a lot of money from this tournament scene, because that may make them more interested to make another Street Fighter. I would love to see Street Fighter V instead of Super Ultra Omega Street Fighter times 15. It's just getting a little old.
Yeah, it is.
Not that the game's broken. I enjoy playing it, and I'll probably play it still. Who knows? Street Fighter V might be shitty, and I might go back to 4 anyway. I'm just saying, it's about time for them to release another Street Fighter.
I hope they do the Tekken Cross Street Fighter. I hope Namco does really good with it.
I would love to play as Ryu, or Dudley even, or any of those characters with Tekken controls.
Apparently, it's still happening.
I wouldn't main that game, but I would love to play that.
And those Street Fighter characters look fucking great.
Oh, dude,
Namco,
Tekken graphics.
I give them credit. When they make a fighting game, those characters look damn near good.
Yeah, I remember when I first got Tekken 6.
Damn near good.
Damn near more Ricky's shit. But
damn near perfect.
Damn near good is bad.
No, they look almost lifelike.
Yeah, I remember when I got my first HD TV, HDMI cable PS3, and had the whole high definition setup, and got Tekken 6, and I looked at, excuse my pronunciation, Howrong, or whatever his name is.
Hooray.
Howrong.
It's Howrong.
My Tekken main whenever I played him and I pulled it up on the Tekken 6, I was like, holy dick balls, this looks cool.
This is what games should
Yeah,
look
this
like.
is what. Can I take Tekken 3 and like make it look this way? Which I was pretty sad to find out that apparently How Long was pretty overpowered in 3 or something because they nerfed a lot of his shit. His whole combos changed. Yeah, a lot of his stuff.
I used a leg.
How Long in 3 could you could spam X 4 times and it'll juggle them and then do 4 more and just land them that way. Now his X kick spam does not end. Okay. His X spam does not. I didn't want to fuck you up on that. That was rough. His X spam does not end with a lift, so he can juggle. His X spam ends with a hard knockdown. That makes like you skid your ass across the floor.
Some of the matches down there at Atlanta was pretty cool, but I did not realize how long some Tekken matches could be.
Well, the problem is like competitive Tekken now is always a 3 of 5 set, and when Tekken itself is 3 to 5 anyways, it makes for really long
Why did
matches.
they do that?
It was a decision by the Tekken community. That's what they decided, you know.
Why do I feel like the Tekken community is just kind of like
Dumb.
no, not dumb, but they they don't fit in with the rest of the fighting community. You know? Which, to be fair, they shouldn't because every other fighting event like Capcom, so it makes sense that the Capcom fighting community is separate from that.
Damn almond skeleton.
I hate this guy and his almond bullshit. I guess it's supposed to be like skull fragments, but I swear that was like almonds.
Yeah, it's just like they shoot almonds everywhere.
It's Deku seeds.
Deku seeds. We are on the Nintendo.
Every time you hit them, Deku seeds pop.
Like this shit. Remember I was telling you about Super Duels and Ghosts and Castlevania IV have so much similarities? This shit right here, remember this? Stage 4?
Yep.
You're playing Stage 4 once again. Both games Stage 4 is exactly the same. More of this spike shit with the thing rotating.
Turn Snacko Belmont.
Oh shit, I'm supposed to let go.
Ain't no sound.
Oh, I am so boned.
Slow it down, slow it down. You got it.
I came to the conclusion last night I've named everybody Turn Snacko. Chris is the Turn
When did you
Snacko.
even start using Turn Snacko?
Chris.
Grumps.
Oh, it was from Grunts? I thought it was from you! You named one of the characters from Nino Kune Turn Snacko.
Chris probably got it from Grumps and then you got it from Chris.
It was funny.
Yeah, the Grumps have a graveler named Turn Snacko.
Oh yeah, that's their meat wall.
TURNT. Capital S, capital N, capital A, capital C, capital O. Turn Snacko.
What the fuck does that even mean?
It doesn't.
It doesn't mean that. Well, I'll give you on that.
Pikachu, no!
Pikachu.
From Rusty.
Oh yeah.
It's evolving.
Oh, there's some more Doodly out, by the way.
Really?
It's something about Mario not letting, or Bowser not letting pets in his castle. Mario's gotta break it to Yoshi in his castle.
Oh yeah, well, we watched that one. It was funny.
This part, Toy watching you play through this made her extremely motion sick. She can't play Minecraft because it makes her motion sick because of bobbing and shit.
Right.
And this right here just threw her for. Oh, that's cool. Oh, my head. And I was like, hey, you probably shouldn't look at this. And it makes me a little sick, honestly.
That doesn't bother me.
Yeah, the only time I get motion sickness is playing Game Boy in the car.
That fucks with me.
I broke
You've been sitting at
myself for
fucking text.
that. I've fortunately broke myself for that.
Oh, I'm happy for you. I still can't.
I wish I could.
You're always driving. I don't want you to be able to do that. Well, Chris was going to work today because he ran into a utility pole while leveling up a Raichu.
But hey, he's leveled.
Yeah. There's some type of fuckery you can do here.
I think I'm gonna drop Lucario for somebody else for that tournament.
If it's a Hoenborn thing, I'm kind of hoping.
Hoenborn?
Hoenborn, yeah. I really hope it's a Hoenborn Pokemon battle because I would love to only be able to use Evil version because Blaziken is considerably better. And when it only has to fight his Hoenn Pokemon. Honestly, I would say Blaziken's in the top 5 Pokemon in Hoenn.
In the latest, everyone hates Smoke On rule set. Swagger is now banned in OU. Swagger banned to Ubers. If you look at the math behind it, I actually agree, because I didn't was as busted as it was, because I never used
Well, it
it.
doubles your attack and then confuses you.
But the confuse rate is significantly higher than like confuse ray and shit like that.
Really?
Yeah, it's basically you have a 75% chance of punching yourself in the face, and then you combo that with
Do more damage.
yeah, you're gonna do more damage by hitting yourself in the face, and with moves like foul play, swagger foul play.
That's
Now,
actually kind of
what
smart.
about the special attack equivalent of that?
I don't know.
Sure,
They
they
didn't
were smart
say
enough.
anything about it, but I imagine it falls into the.
I have to give Smoke On shit, and I have to give Nintendo shit. Oh, Game Freak, who want to call.
I always do that.
I
I,
hate that
always have one health left.
I hate Smoke On for banning everything fun in Pokemon. And I hate the fact that everyone listens to Smoke On as if they were God. They're just a community. They're not the definitive. They're not the only.
Tell you that.
Yeah, they tell you that, but nobody listens. Everyone takes it. But if it ain't Smoke On approved, I'm not using it. Or you can't do that. That Smoke On says no. Well, I'm not Smoke On, and I don't have to listen to their shit. But my big problem with it is there should be no need for Smoke On. You know?
Yeah, Nintendo should be making shit banned.
And I'm not saying that we shouldn't have Mega Pokemon. I'm not even saying things like Swagger should be. But okay. I understand. Okay, let's look at Swagger. Let's make Swagger balanced here. Swagger increases your attack 2 stages, right? But then confuses you. If you didn't take increased damage from it, that's great. You know what I mean? You get an increased chance for your opponent to hit yourself in confusion, but you have to get an attack boost. That's fair. But if they're hitting themselves in confusion harder because of the attack boost you gave them, there's no benefit to that. There's no win-loss. Literally, Swagger's just beast mode.
And they were saying like the balance for that is like on tempo, but no one in OU that can live more than one hit in OU has on tempo.
Yeah.
They're all on weaker Pokemon, so it's like Nintendo balances things by adding abilities, but then not giving them to anybody.
I think the one thing that bothers me about Smogon,
And then if you run Lumberry, you sacrifice fucking everything.
Leftovers, choice band.
You have to sacrifice everything just to accommodate for not punching yourself in the face with Swagger, which they're just gonna use next turn. Okay, you cured it once, well here it comes again.
I used to follow the categories very, very good with OU, Ubers, and I would always try to stick with that Pokemon until I got introduced to my Typhlosion, who beats Pokemon in Ubers.
Well, my big problem is every time I find a Pokemon that I think's cool, powerful, and everybody in the fucking world uses, I go look it up and Smogon just talks horrible shit about it. And it's like, oh, it's okay, you can use it though. But, blah, 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 blah. Is any Pokemon in your world good? And then Pokemon that I use that get completely wrecked, like Tyranitar, for example. Every time I play Tyranitar, it becomes a fucking ×4 Mach Punch. Or some crap.
That's what happened to him.
Tyranitar's the god of overuse, and I'm like, are you sure?
Yeah, because I tried using him, he was garbage.
I tried using them, I didn't enjoy them.
Now, I will honestly tell you
He
guys,
accomplished me nothing.
Tyranitar is good. A lot of our assumptions about Tyranitar and the Pokemon are from a day when we didn't get to max. We weren't at max IV and max EV and perfect movesets. Tyranitar is good, but he still has that fucking ×4 we used to fight him, which is my favorite type, so don't ever use fight Tyranitar against me. I've got at least 3 fighting hooks at a time, usually, unless I'm playing competitively.
You got 5.
Yeah. If Link I got 5, you're exactly right. What is I'm walking on? What's this blue shit I'm walking on?
It's left tap.
I would say it's like blue Laffy Taffy. Say it's carpet, Chris?
Have you ever had Circus Peanuts, Chris?
Yeah.
He hasn't.
I don't like him, but I've had him.
You're okay if you eat small amounts. I don't like big amounts of them.
I can't really describe to you what they are other than circus peanuts.
They're like a orange flavored marshmallow.
In the form of a peanut.
In the form of a peanut.
You say an orange flavored marshmallow?
Yeah.
I was about to call you out on Ricky. That's a color. It's on a flame. Oh wait. Fuck the damn knife again.
Yeah, fuck with me. Fuck with me.
I'm tired of that fucking knife. The knife is okay if you have all the stuff leveled up on it, but it really. Ugh.
Back to the Pokemon thing. Ever since I played Gen 6 this time around, I've been introduced to a lot of Pokemon that I now love. Pokemon I would never even thought of using before. Cloyster. God, I love my Cloyster.
He's top tiered. I love Cloyster. I think every team you ever run should have Cloyster on it. I think that's your signature Pokemon.
Yep.
I love Mega Venusaur.
Mega Venusaur is also cool. You should take a team, Ricky, and start with Cloyster and start Mega Venusaur and then just build around that.
Do things to up their survivability or, you know,
whatever they can't
counter their weaknesses.
I love my Typhlosion with the White Herb. Not White Herb, the Power Herb.
Power Herb.
It fucks with people.
Power
Turn 1.
Typhlosion is not a bad move.
Well, it covers his main weakness, you know. I mean, what
Turn
the fuck's
1 Solar Beam. Fuck you.
Covers both of his weaknesses, water and ground.
The only problem is a lot of times he doesn't have, Typhlosion does not have the strength to one-shot things. So he can take a dent out of stuff, but anything that can live that Solar Beam is just going to come back and kill him the second turn.
I don't know, Typhlosion can take a hit.
Can Typhlosion learn any kind of like boosting move?
Probably. Ah! Okay. I know you come back to life.
If you can learn a boosting move, you might benefit greatly from that. Like if you can learn, I don't even know what the fuck you'd give him. Calm Mind, maybe.
Or Tom passed to him or something.
I had all intentions to fucking play with the Chansey, but that fucking never happened.
Dude, I really do want to run Blissey on my team. I love Blissey. Honestly, Ricky, that was my thing he's picked up is not half bad.
I thought that Blissey would give me a lot more problems than it does me being a special attacker, but I just have so many ways. I have so many wall breakers on my team that Blissey normally doesn't really affect me that much. Especially God, like Miss Magius' pain split. I can just spam that. Your health pool is so much higher than me that I can literally just hit you with it, take away 3/4 of your health, and get a full heal. Just 9. I mean, you're normal type, so the only thing you can really hit me with...
Seismic Toss.
Yeah. Well, you can't even hit me with Seismic Toss because I'm a ghost.
Oh, yeah, Toxic maybe?
Yeah, you have to Toxic me to death, and while I'm pain splitting toxic damage away, every other turn I'm using fucking Nasty Plot, so... It's just Swords Dance for ghosts. So the second that once I get my attack, or special attack maxed out, here comes fucking Thunderbolt from Hell, and it's usually enough to, it only does like even a full out fucking Thunderbolt's only gonna do like 30% damage to Blissey. By that point, I've pain split you down that much.
The big thing with Blissey and any Pokemon like that are one-trick ponies, Shuckle included, you can't just throw them out there against anybody. You have to take care of your Pokemon. You can't just throw them out there and go, whoa, win a match with me, buddy. That's the problem that I found out when I first started running Shuckle, is he's a great wall, and he walls a lot of things. He does not wall everything in every situation. If he did, he'd be broken. So you have to kind of almost take out what Shuckle can't, and then when it's safe, you switch him in. And I found that out with Lucario. When I was running Mega Blaziken before I max IV'd and EV'd him, I was just running my default Blaziken versus Ricky's Lucario. I had to learn, do not throw out Blaziken until Lucario was dead. It doesn't matter what happens, you do not throw him out. And when I started realizing that, I was okay.
That was a lesson I learned when I was running my Evolution team. When I was literally just running 6 evolved EVs against him. What I would have to do is I would have to precociously play until Mega Lucario was the last thing he had, and then I would have to bait and switch him into using a close combat to lower his defenses, and then just...
What made you mad, and I agree, was when close combat one-shotted Espeon. Not very effective kill.
Well, see, that's the thing,
from 100% health.
His same type attack bonus is 1.5 or 50% stronger than normal. But then his ability makes that 2 times. So literally, that's just insane.
I miss Mega Lucario because he looked cool. but I love Mega Man.
What basically happens for Mega Lucario is, okay, let's say that my Crobat used close combat on Espeon. I'm sorry, let's take that back. Let's say my Crobat used a close combat on something like a fire Pokemon where it was neutral. It's about the same exact damage as Lucario doing it to Espeon. Because his same type of attack bonus just almost about nullifies the bonus you get from the resistance. You're getting basically a double resistance, he's getting a double damage boost. They just cross each other out.
I love the way Mega Lucario.
And his attack's so fucking high that he doesn't need to be super effective. If he can just hit neutral, which he does against Espeon, more or less, he's fine.
What made my Lucario so good though is just fucking fast.
Yeah, he was very fast. You didn't max IV him, and I think we did the math. He had, as of course, estimation math. I looked at what his maximum speed could be, and Ricky's maximum speed was like 3 points off of if it was max IV. So he had to have maybe like a 27 or something in his speed IV. It's pretty crazy.
According to Mega Evolve form. Did it boost his speed some?
Yeah.
So I mean it was even higher. And Lucario's not that slow. I mean, he's not that fast, but
Well, I did not realize how slow Blaziken was. Actually, that speed boost for Blaziken is what makes him so powerful. His speed is ass. Regular Blaziken, I think, has a speed of like either 80 or 100. One of the two. It's really low to be a Pokemon that you would consider a sweeper.
Yeah.
Blaziken doesn't have the defenses he has to.
He's not a bulky sweeper by any stretch.
that's why I'm really confused about
The speed boost. But
it doesn't matter.
A lot of people can do the same exact thing.
I mean, what about the one Super Baton Pass? Shouldn't that be banned? It's a free fucking speed boost no matter what.
I mean, being faster than someone happens all the time. I mean, fucking Crobat can be faster than anybody in the whole damn game. If you send out a grass Pokemon, a Crobat, you're gonna die. He's gonna stab super effective Brave Bird you, and he will hit first. You send out any fighting Pokemon, he's dead. I mean, and Crobat is not that great. He's one of my favorites. He's not that great. I mean, there's a lot of Pokemon that attack first. And Blaziken's not unbeatable. There's a lot of, and Garchomp wrecks Blaziken. There's a lot of people out there who can take a hit from Blaziken. And remember, my Blaziken is a max IV, max EV attacker with attack and speed, which was a dumb idea to do it in speed. I should not have done it in speed, but anyway. And there was a lot of Pokemon that could withstand hits from him. And if you withstand one hit from Blaziken, more than likely Blaziken won't be dead.
Because everybody knows fucking Earthquake.
Yeah, who doesn't know Earthquake?
Dumb
Pokemon who are immune to Earthquake know Earthquake. Fucking Gyarados of all Pokemon knows Earthquake. So I mean, that's honestly what fucks Blaziken out of the Battle Mason. Is it's just you're gonna high jump kick everybody to death until they run out of Pokemon that don't Earthquake. Earthquake's gonna come through and one-shot you. The other big problem with Blaziken is his two most damaging attacking moves, High Jump Kick and Flare Blitz, both either cause a little recoil all the time, or a lot of recoil some of the time. I mean, but a lot of times Blaziken kills himself. And you know how much High Jump Kick recoil is? It's half your health. If you miss a High Jump Kick, you are dead.
You're doing pretty shitty.
You don't help recoil. Honestly, I was thinking about the music in this game. I don't hear it, but another cool, off-putting track, but still really neat, is the level with all the ghosts and the gold coins and shit.
The treasure room.
Yeah, the treasure room.
I knew you were going to the treasure room as soon as you started saying off-putting track.
Yeah, because
it's so odd.
It's good though. Makes me want to shake my butt every time I play it. In my computer chair on my emulator, just wiggling. It's fucking good music. I kept falling off the side there because it literally walks you until your foot's over top of the edge.
I'm not really sure why Mega Gengar got banned.
I think it was that one. It was that one
about.
scenario where like you can. Isn't his ability where like it traps you in?
Yeah, Shadow Tag.
That's it. I think it's Shadow Tag that made him broken because there's so many Pokemon who can't beat him, and if you get into a fight with him and you can't beat him, you just get the Pokemon. So I mean, I think that was the big problem when people were complaining. But in my opinion, you should. If there's a lot of Mega Gengars out there, Pokemon that can be Mega Gengar.
Run Earthquake. You can officially hurt him now. That's super effective because he gives up levitation to gain Shadow Tag. You have any idea how many Mega Gengars I've watched Ricky just destroy online? Because he predicts the Mega and just uses Earthquake and one-shots it?
I mean, I do understand.
And following Rage Quit?
Now, I do understand this predicament. Okay, let's say I'm running my team, right? I've got all my Pokemon on my runner. My Blaziken, my Snorlax, Crobat, my Champ. And I run across a Gengar. I mean, I can throw out my Pokemon who's a Gengar counter first, if I want to, and hope he throws out Gengar, but if he doesn't, and I throw out one of my other pokes, I'm fucked. And I'm pretty sure Gengar can switch, but you can't.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's say he throws out Gengar first, and it's my Gengar counter, well, he's just going to switch to somebody else, and as soon as he gets the Gengar counter out of the way, which I'm not going to run really hard too, maybe a dedicated Gengar counter, then maybe a Pokemon that can double as that. He can literally just destroy my team because I can't switch out to anything. I mean,
What's the difference, let's say, in running an all-fighting team and you run into a Talonflame?
well,
I mean,
I should be running an all-fighting team. That's my stupidity. But if I run an otherwise completely great team, you know, Gengar just comes in and wrecks it. You know, I guess that's probably honestly the problem with Blaziken. But to be fair, why are you making a team that Blaziken can sweep? You know, a lot of people, I guess, were running like 6 sweepers. And Blaziken is what I call a sweeper. Blaziken sweeps sweepers. That's what he does. You know, he has Flare Blitz, High Jump Kick, Earthquake, Protect. He's going to protect turn 1, he's going to outspeed your sweeper, and then sweep your sweepers. Blaziken's not a wall breaker. By any means.
You can easily fuck Blaziken up with anything.
If you lower his attack on stage, you're fucked with him. But because his attack is great, but it's not enough anymore. Back in the day, it was. But
good job.
Had enough of this bullshit stage. Died like 7,000
what
times.
Smogon kind of justifies is if you have to change your entire team layout.
You gave me a number 2 last time.
Because you don't have an item, bro.
I should have just threw away my damn knife. Who needs a pocket knife when you can get turkey?
But yeah, I think Smogon pretty much just considers to ban anything that they have to change their strategy to a ridiculous amount to take care of. And in their opinion, Gengar, Blaziken, Lucario banned?
No. Wait, yes.
Lucario.
Lucario is banned. They're, I think, didn't they say talk maybe trying to ban Mega Venusaur next?
No.
Good, because if they
That's
do,
what Verlis said. He was talking about. I think he mentioned something. Maybe he may not have, but don't quote me on that. But I think he was actually talking about.
I don't think I'd want to run any
Which
other Megas.
he called Lucario before it was done. He called it. As he said, you know, there went Blaziken, there went Gengar, there went Kangaskhan. The next person for the... Because Verlis, of course, don't quote me on this. Verlis pretty much was saying, from what I could gather, that Smogon is banning Mega Pokemon that they can't deal with. And what that... Or that a lot of people play. Take that back. Whatever most popular Mega is out there, they're going to ban because they don't want people to use it all the time. So they ban Mega Kangaskhan. Well, who becomes the next most popular Mega? Probably Blaziken does. So they ban Blaziken.
If anyone's on the chopping block, I'd say it's Mega Mawile.
Yeah, Mega Mawile has the highest attack in the game right now. So you're going to see her go, I
I
imagine.
love Mega Mawile. That is my bread and butter. I've done miraculous comebacks with that thing. But, like, Mega Mawile's slow as balls.
I'm really hoping that Mega Mawile
And
gets
its
banned.
Defenses are big.
And I hope Mega Venusaur gets banned. You know why? Because then that will take all... No one's going to give a shit about banning it, you know? It's like, oh, well, who didn't they ban? And that's going to mean I can Mega Blaziken again. Because at that point, their ban list has no clout anymore. You know, who didn't they ban, you know? no one can go, well, they banned Mega Blaziken. So, who didn't they ban? You know, I'm using it anyway. And I can get away with using it, because if you recall, the reason I bought that second 3DS and the reason I bought Pokemon in the first place was because as soon as Chris, or maybe it was Tim and Kirsty, someone told me that you could get the Torchic if you bought it now, and if you waited too long, you wouldn't get it. So I think I went out like maybe 2 or 3 days later and went and got it. That was the whole purpose. And you can imagine my heartbreak when I was told the reason I bought this game is now banned. You gotta be fucking kidding me. I just spent money on a 3DS and a game to use Blaziken, and now you're telling me, unless I want to feel like a cheap ass, I can't use it. So, I mean...
I think the only thing that should be banned is like the Uber legendaries.
Ubers, I would definitely believe should be. You can't hit it if you or you can just not activate.
I didn't know that worked. Very smart, sir.
The other, like, I'm only banning off theory. I never actually fought one to know if it's bullshit or not.
Mm-hmm.
But the only one that I've really agreed with so far is Kangaskhan.
Yeah.
And that's literally just in theory, because he has something... To me, like, I feel like banning something in Pokemon to Uber should be the same thing as putting a fighting game character in S tier.
Mm-hmm.
You have access to things, or multiple things, that no one else does. No one else in the game has that parental bond that allows you to attack twice with every movement. Which gives you the double chance of getting status ailments and, you know, all of that nonsense that goes on.
What makes it so crazy is that he has access to Fake Out, and I've always been a big Fake Out fan. Every time I look at a competitive build, and I think, oh, Smogon's going to run Fake Out on this character. Look at Smogon's build, no Fake Out. I've always been like, dude, where's the Fake Out, man? It's my favorite shit. And, Kangaskhan come through, and he had Stab, double Fake Out. And I was like, holy shit. And then, of course, he got banned immediately.
Bam!
Yeah, but, if I was a Kangaskhan player, I would probably run Fake Out and get Impact. How are you going to live? If Kangaskhan is faster than you, you automatically just die.
And Kangaskhan's actually, surprisingly, pretty fast.
He is, actually.
I thought he was like a slow, bulky Pokemon, but he's actually pretty quick, comparatively.
I mean, I would say Mega Blaziken will be able to take him, because I think Blaziken can handle the, he's going to protect the Fake Out. And then I don't think you can Fake Out again.
Can you not?
Fake Out is a first turn only move, and I think, since, even though it missed or was protected, I think turn 2 would nullify the use of Fake Out. The first turn Kangaskhan's on the field up.
I don't know.
That's why you always have to start
Fake Out.
I've never used Fake Out.
Fake Out
so.
is the shit. Honestly, you guys should look into that. But
I know I hate it. Well, I hate getting hit with it.
But so I'm thinking, Blaziken's going to turn 1 protect, and then even if Kangaskhan is faster, he's going to have the speed boost. He's going to run a high jump kick and kill Kangaskhan 1 hit.
Right.
But that's just theory crap, and I've not run the numbers. I'm not one of those guys on the Smogon forums who run those fucking numbers like
Well, the cool thing is like they don't keep those numbers a secret. You can access them at any point.
Mm-hmm.
So if you actually wanted to go and do the calculations yourself, you can.
Even before Mega Kangaskhan was banned, I only had fought in 2. One I took out because luckily Lucario was fucking faster.
Yeah, Lucario would just wreck him, dude. Close combat.
But the other one I fought, I think was probably Eevee and Ivy trained correctly.
I want to see Machamp fight him. I just want to see the love my dynamic punch Machamp. My favorite shit in the world.
I'll never forget you dynamic punching Cassie Smeargle. Why isn't he confused? Why isn't he confused? Is this game broken? Why isn't he confused? He has own tempo.
Who the fuck has own tempo? Is that Spinda from... or I call him Splenda.
Splenda.
From Gen 3?
I thought that was stupid.
I used to farm him for special attack EVs back in Gen 3. When I first started to find out what EVs were. Back in Gen 3 in high school and shit, I would
go to the damn Ash Trail.
Yeah, just run the Ash Trail.
Isn't there something ridiculous, like 300 different versions of Spinda?
Yeah, it's crazy. And that's one thing I heard people talk about, is why the fuck would you give that much design effort to Pokemon that's essentially useless?
Yeah, I mean, literally useless. There's nothing like redeeming to
He doesn't
him.
even have an evolution, does he?
Nope.
What he used to do in double battles was he would use teeter dance, and he could confuse both opponents at the same time. And then of course he was inconfusable. So if you run like double spender, you just spam teeter dance and you're up to confuse your partner. It's pretty crazy.
That's actually kind of cool.
It was, but the problem is that's in Gen 3 when Spinda could live. I mean, you put Spinda against 600 and some odd Pokemon. Is there 700 now? Or is it still 600 and some numbers?
Numbers? I don't know.
There's a shit ton.
I found a really good shortcut by using save states. Just, it's like 3 or 4 hops you can make. I love it. That's your last one.
Even though there's clearly a floor, like, right there.
I've always hated Castlevania for that.
Oh,
That's just some dumb part.
Dick. Dick.
Tick, 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 tick.
Trio.
Stop being a cock muncher.
Is this Golden Sun?
Final Fantasy IV.
That is some cool music.
Boss music.
Golden Sun has its own little, like, unique feel to it in its music. And I've caught it a couple times and it is Golden Sun music, but sometimes I'm a little off. I was like, oh, I had my balls in my hand on that one.
Yeah, that was one of those where you lean with it, just,
Yeah.
you know, so the character goes a little farther, because, you know, that works.
Yeah.
It's the Mario Kart trick. When you lean with it, you steer harder.
Mm-hmm. Do that Gran Turismo all the fucking time, dude. Crimson Heads as well, Crimson Heads.
Fuck that.
Honestly, those are red and they come back. Crimson Heads come back.
I hate Crimson Heads.
Dude, I've always been a Resident Evil fan, and I never really had a GameCube, so I didn't play RE Remake until I met you guys.
Ah, fuck me!
But I've always, like, I know you guys like the remake, and that's cool, but I really hate that they took a game that was completed and then added shit to it as if it was always there. Like the Crimson Head thing, like, that never fucking existed. That was completely new, added.
I like it because of this right here. I have no nostalgia for RE1. Remake gives me a way to watch someone play RE1 without it being a goddamn eyesore.
Yeah.
Because I don't have the nostalgia goggles the nostalgia filter.
Yeah.
I remember when this looked cool. To me, it's always looked like hammered shit.
Well, RE1
And when it's a tank that looks like hammered shit, I'm like, this is not entertaining. This is
I don't
torture.
know if Resident Evil has ever been fun to watch. I mean, I don't think anyone ever enjoyed watching RE Classic ever. Do you enjoy watching RE Classic? Sorry. But, and I've always enjoyed
He
playing
doesn't
RE
count.
Classic.
He's weird.
Yeah. I've always enjoyed playing it.
Ah!
Oh my god, how that worked, I don't understand.
I just always enjoy watching other people, maybe seeing how they do things different.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed that like with any game.
It's not really enjoying the game, it's just seeing
Watching
the
it.
person play.
Hey, I go here first. Well, if you know, you don't, okay?
I mean, when you were playing it, when I was watching you play,
Oh god.
retrospect, you did things a little differently.
Yeah, but it's not that I don't like the new stuff, it's just like, I don't know what the problem with it is. It doesn't hurt my nostalgia at all. It's just, it's kind of like, it's weird to me, you know, that we have this completed game here, and we built like 3 or 4 games off of it, and now we're going to add all this stuff. Like Lisa Trevor, I thought that was some of the weirdest shit for them to add, and then reference in later games, you know, like in Umbrella Chronicles and stuff. It's like, she doesn't exist.
As is Capcom being goobers.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you
Well, I
wanted her
mean,
to
is the
exist-
international version of Final Fantasy any different? Dark Aeons and Penance? To a game that was already completed? Already had a final boss, already had an ultimate optional boss. Now we're adding all these.
Well, if you were from Japan, I imagine probably it'd be a little weird.
it's just something that you're trying to milk everything you can out of that game.
You know what I mean? It was okay. Me and Chris have talked numerous times about how, as much as I love the RE story, it's clearly kind of shit. And it almost kind of seems like they were trying to doctor it up with the Lisa Trevor thing, but it's too fucking late. You already made Resident Evil 1, 2, 4 at that time. You can't just start adding shit now, like it's always been there. It doesn't work.
I love I prefer playing the director's cut. His ones.
I don't fuck with it.
But I love the remake.
And in my opinion,
turkey.
If you were gonna remake RE1 for the GameCube, make it RE4 format of all fucking things. I mean,
well, the game would be way too fucking easy.
Well, that's what we all thought. And then RE6 came, and I'm like, these zombies are really slow. This is gonna be easy. Wow, I'm getting hit by these zombies.
Oh my god, this is hard.
Yeah. A lot of us thought that, oh my gosh, if we have full range of motion and we can, it's like a third-person shooter now, the difficulty is just going to be so easy, but...
Well, it would in RE1, because you only had zombies and dogs
here's
for a lot
the
of
thing.
things.
The AI would be better.
Yeah. They wouldn't just come at you slowly.
The game would be balanced around it.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I really would enjoy seeing...
I don't know, I hope the AI doesn't get any better. The hunters in that game, they have a mind of their fucking own, dude. Like, sometimes they just walk at you slowly and don't fuck with you, and then sometimes they just leap from halfway across the screen at you.
Cut your head, cut your head off.
And you're like, why didn't you do that the last 6 times I fought your
what kind of angered me about the GameCube remakes was 2 and 3. They just simply You actually remade 1. You know, you dislike 1's remake, which you don't. I'm not saying you dislike it. You just hated that they added this extra shit.
Yeah, it's just odd that they added all that extra stuff.
And then RE2, it was just RE2. Nothing was added to it.
Well, that was also really fucking stupid. It's okay, on the GameCube, you're going to have an RE1 remake.
And they didn't even use the N64 version to make it. They used the PlayStation version.
And I really hate Nintendo doing dumb shit like that. Let's release a game that appeared on our last console on our new console with no changes at all. That just...
Because they did it again with the Wii.
Yes.
There is no difference in RE4 on the Wii. Well, RE4 well, yeah, you get the extra content on RE4. But the Resident Evil Classics or whatever of RE0 and
that was nice.
remake.
Yeah.
There's no difference.
Yeah, I have
no added content.
What it's kind of there for, I guess, is okay. Maybe they thought they were going to be collector's items. They thought they were going to be rare. We wanted to re-release them for people who bought the Wii. But what's done, and I think they capitalized on this. Don't mean to hurt my mom's feelings, but when mom starts buying games, she's kind of dumb. She doesn't know any better, and they capitalize on that. You know, mom's gonna go home or go to Walmart, and she's gonna, I beat Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3, and 0. What's this? They remade 0 for the Wii. Let's buy this, and she's gonna pay the $20 or whatever it is, bring it home, and it's gonna be the same fucking thing. And, you know, Logic's going to tell her that it's different, so she's going to be searching through the entire game, looking for some difference, and she'll never find one.
There isn't one.
Yes, and then she
literally just ported it.
Yeah, and then she's going to kind of get confused about games. That's kind of maybe turn her off from playing games. You know, and it's like, you know, they capitalize on the people who aren't aware of what's going on there.
That's kind of business, though.
Yeah, it's shitty. It's really shitty.
It's shitty, but I mean, it's kind of the way the world works, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Capitalizing on stupid people is what our government's been doing since day one.
Yeah, that's the truth, but I don't think we should give Nintendo a pass because what everybody does. You know, we expect more from them. We don't get it, but we expect it.
Yeah.
Should we know? But we still expect it. You know, you consider Nintendo, you think, oh, Mario, Zelda.
What Nintendo did with their system, saving the gaming community, you would think they would be as shady.
Yeah, I mean, and oh my god, if I see any more Wii U fanboys on Game FAQs just making no sense at all. There was this post on GameFAQs where this guy was like, I honestly feel sorry for anyone who's had Wii U right now. And then everyone's like, oh, why do I feel, you know, like, and he was making no logic at all because he was arguing the point that Wii the Wii U had like all these cool games out, and like the best games of the generation are on the Wii U right now.
What, you mean 2 games?
Yeah, he said like the PS4 and the Xbox One might catch up eventually, but right now all the good games are on the Wii U. And I'm like, what good games? The games that we played on the PS3 2 years ago? Are those the games you're talking about? Because, I mean, I know it's gotten a little better since it first came out, but, I mean, to be fair, most of the things anyone would want a Wii U for are yet to come. We've still yet to have the new Mario Kart game, the new Smash Bros, the new Zelda.
That new Hyrule game is fucking...
Yeah, that does.
Dynasty Warriors.
That's not a Zelda game. It's Dynasty Warriors with a Zelda coat paint.
Yeah.
Now, is that a Koei game?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank God. I was really hoping it was.
No, it's not Nintendo trying to capitalize on Dynasty Warriors. It's literally...
Because I have good news for you guys. The best Dynasty Warriors games are the spin-offs.
Really?
Dynasty Warriors Gundam single-handedly is one of the best Dynasty Warriors series ever. And even Samurai Warriors is superior to Dynasty Warriors. And a lot of what that is
really weird.
Is I think the people who do Samurai Warriors aren't as tied down. You know how we always talk about how developers ruin things, and shareholders and stuff? They have more freedom to work with the off-series, you know?
Oh, right.
Try new things. Samurai Warriors, and a lot of the stuff we see in Dynasty Warriors 8 that people are like, oh my god, finally, this is so cool. We seen it in Samurai Warriors 2 on the PS2. They were doing that, you know?
Wow.
And it's just insane.
I tell you what, it kind of bugs me about games. When you have like the first one that's amazing, and then you release a sequel to it, it's just stupid.
Yeah, it's like, why?
And then the one following after that, the third one, is great again. Like Chris saw it just firsthand. Onimusha.
Yeah.
Onimusha 1, perfect. There's some flaws in it, of course, but you know, to me, I love it. Onimusha 2, there's technology in it. There's a cybernetic horse. Makes no sense. We're
in Japan, they do weird shit like that.
I just don't get it.
Remember, Japan likes to mix sweet and sour. They like to mix shit like that.
Why is he not dying?
I don't know what the fuck that was.
He had hyper armor on.
He had hyper armor or some shit. Like he was just taking those hits like a boss.
It's the teleporting Hulk. It's the best Hulk in the world.
Hulk needs teleports.
Hulk needs focus attack. You know, focus attack, dash cancel halfway across the room. Focus attack, gamma quake. Or gamma charge, rather. Oh, fuck, I thought I was doing fine.
Call the phone at this point.
All the levels I was in my mind going, I can play this one. Ah!
I'm just happy that I've gotten levels that I can beat.
I don't know, for some reason that candle is fucking me
I
up.
am not good at this game.
I hope I don't land on the one stage where you have to jump from the platforms that are moving up. Oh my luck, I will.
Yes, I know you're lucky will, because I might be out at that point.
Yeah, Chris, is your... Shit, he's not in here!
I would have to say, I'm pretty good at this in my field. I was probably better when I was younger because I played it all the time. I really wish that I would have got a hold of my cousin before he sold all his shit. Because as a kid, I had a lot of games I played that weren't mine, that were his. And he just left them there for years. And one day, he decided to come back and get them. And I don't know any of them after that. They're not there now. I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, I think. Oh, really that one, I think. It's a bunch of really cool games. Castlevania was one of them. Pilot Wings. A lot of my favorite stuff.
I was never good at Pilot Wings.
No one was ever good at Pilot Wings. That game was so fucking hard. Now, this is me talking. I have not played since I was a kid. I was kind of afraid to play it.
Afraid it's just going to ruin your nostalgia?
Yeah, afraid it's going to be way too hard, and I'm going to feel really dumb. I'm just telling myself it was only hard because I was a kid. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Because if I, as an adult, had that much trouble with it, I'm just going to give up. But you know, as a kid, I was so resilient. Because I don't think I ever beat no one like the first level or second level of that game. But I always played it. I always came back.
I know I did too.
And I'm like, if that was adult me, I would have never touched that shit again.
I think the music got me.
Oh, dick balls. I lost my ×3.
×3.
That's why they didn't have ×4 in this game.
That felt like it exploded.
I wonder if ever Goku was ever just like kind of not feeling it in a fight, and he was just like, times 0.75.
That would be really bad. That would lower his attack. Multiply my attack by a decibel.
I doubt it. I'm surprised Goku could even count past 100. He's smart, but not in that type of
I
sense.
never consider the dumb parts of Goku canon because he is so intelligent almost all the time.
I know, when he speaks, it's smart.
It's almost like it's comedic relief, and that's all it is. Like, I'm sure it probably is canon, but in my opinion, it just makes a lot more sense if you could just consider any time Goku seems really dumb, don't consider it canon.
Well, it also might be translation error because, like, it was just purity. Like, he didn't have any knowledge of how the world really was.
He doesn't really.
All he had was Grandpa Gohan, who taught him to be good to everybody.
Yeah. He didn't go to school, so he got bookstores.
In that movie, dude,
There was a movie?
see,
There was a movie?
That's the
When
feeling
did they
I
make a
had.
movie?
You didn't have the Dragon Ball?
Oh,
No, they didn't. That never happened. I'm sorry. That was just a April Fool's joke.
Yeah. The good thing about that movie was the fact that I was not a game.
The only thing about that movie is I didn't watch it, and I won't.
Don't.
And my cousin Jay's like,
Don't.
dude, if you just look at the movie like it's not a Dragon Ball movie, you'll really enjoy it. Like, I shouldn't have to do that.
It's a
Even-
Dragon Ball
no.
movie. I shouldn't have.
Even if you look at that movie that's not a Dragon Ball movie, it's a shitty martial art movie. It's shitty from ground up.
It kind of is. It's kind of the same feeling I had for the Resident Evil remake. It's like, you're fucking with the canon, bro. Don't fuck with the canon.
It'll explode.
Yes.
I don't really like the Resident Evil movies.
No, because once again, they're complete horseshit. They
Yeah,
have
the
nothing
Resident
to
Evil
do.
movies are awful.
The only one I semi-enjoyed was the Nemesis one.
I enjoy watching the movies, but it makes me mad that people say, hey, you know about Resident Evil? Yeah, I love Resident Evil. I did that. No, you don't know about Resident Evil because you watched the fucking movie and you think you know all about it. And what's worse is toward the end, they tried to act like he started to come back around and Wesker was in it and shit. Like, you can't have Wesker in it without the 5 games of build-up prior. Like, they just throw Wesker at the end of the movie. And they even almost reenact an entire scene
Yeah.
from RE5, where like Wesker throws his glasses at him and starts beating ass. They almost reenact that scene in the movie. And I'm like, now you're really just fucking with me. Now you're spitting in my face. Because if you're not going to make it canon, don't make it canon. Don't get all wishy-washy on me. Start trying to mix half canon.
Kind of canon, but not.
I love the anime.
Because those are canon. They follow the real story. Oh my god, this is...
The second one was better than the first one.
Second movie.
Yeah, Damnation.
I did some...
Those fucking tyrants, they were fucking scary.
Why is this so hard?
You seen that, haven't you, Chris?
Damnation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those 3 humanoid tyrants coming out the end. Fucking scary.
Resident Evil as a series has always done a bad job of explaining monster names and their events and stuff. Like, you shouldn't have to read a game FAQs, like FAQ about the story written by one dude who interprets the story for you, and then because a lot of that stuff is just left up to guesses. I've got to get over this.
Forgot how to get over this. Immediately gets over that.
How run these? Yes.
Possibly.
Holy cross! The holy fort!
Okay, just pick it up and take it with me.
Can I just use this as an item? 50 hearts just to blow up everything on the screen.
I don't know where those are, and if you tell me where they, like, if you ask me yours, where are those at? I would not tell you. I would not know.
I think it's the same because I didn't want to tell you.
But I swear to God, like you just feel it. It's like spider sense.
In this wall.
Yeah.
You randomly hit that wall. It's here. It's here. It's here. Oh,
My secret item sense is tingling.
I wish I could do that when I was hungry.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Let's just walk to the house. Oh, there's a turkey right here.
Those croissants were good this morning.
Fuck yeah, they were. I'm always a fan of the breakfast croissant.
Oh, gee, that's not cool.
That's Castlevania.
I want to fall right here and see how it goes.
Godspeed, sir.
Meanwhile, Belmont died here today at approximately 3:40 p.m.
Fall?
Not gonna let you, is it?
No, it knows. It knows that's a really good place to fall.
Then just fall down right here. Oh, it'd be kind of pointless for you to fall down. I want him to play through all these so bad. Because I know he'd love it.
Would he, though?
Yes, and I tell you what. He loves Legend of Dragoon. He loves the time hits. It's got I think RPG's got a good story. Its music is beautiful. And Jordan loves timed hit games.
Yeah, I do. I love that. I hate that I'm going to hit attack now, and then I did damage.
And it has time hit and time defense.
Time defense too? Oh, no. Oh.
And I know he would enjoy it.
Yeah,
it
has time defense.
I just want to see what teams would he use.
That everyone uses.
Well, he might not.
Mario, Peach, Bowser.
Well, my dad doesn't use Bowser.
I wouldn't use Peach or Bowser.
My dad uses...
Peach is the only healer.
Yeah, Peach is the only healer.
I don't... That's the thing, is I know Final Fantasy, you can't have a healer and stuff, but in all the RPGs I've ever played, it's always items with there's no actual healer. And, well, in LOD, there is a healer, but they're not really necessary. If you play the game right, you don't need a need for it. Like, if you have to make Shayna go into Dragoon form to heal, you're playing that game. You're way under level, or you're attacking the wrong shit.
I know, my dad always used Mario, Peach, Mallow. He loved having that mage. Which Mallow can do some pretty good damage, but I just kind of like seeing some of the weapons Bowser uses. Like, he throws Mario. I'm fucking... No. The best one he's got is when he fucking chugs Mario.
I mean, for comedic value, yes, but God, that drill claw is just so dumb.
The lazy shell is broken as shit, but it makes some of the stuff easy.
What?
I think when you readjusted yourself,
Yeah, you
stood up.
readjusted and stood up.
You actually stood up in the game.
Okay, now this is crap.
Dude, I died like 1,000 times on the candle.
Well, there's no denying that this stage is just ass. It's full of one-touch deaths.
I like how I keep calling it a candle and a fucking chandelier.
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 It's a Pokemon.
Well, it's in a dark area. Might as well.
Like right there, you can really flip there. You can craft that out.
What did you find out? Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Jordan, shut the fucking controller.
I almost did that last night. I fucking DK'd too. I dropped the controller. I was so pissed.
I don't even remember why either.
I got really fucked on one stage and it just kind of fucked with me. And you're like, do I need to take the controller away? And I'm like, yeah, bro.
And one thing I hate about like old games like this is look, those needles clearly look like they're going through my head.
Yeah.
And then them spikes back yonder, they did
Back yonder
did not hit me. Oh, dick. But those spikes back there didn't hit me, and they killed me. Okay, guys, give me fucking rage.
Man, you rage hard.
I rage
That was
so
some
hard.
intense rage.
What's the boss here? Oh, this has to
Freaking fuck.
Freaking fuck.
Fred fucks.
What? No. No.
That's horseshit.
That was good.
That is so redeeming. Yeah! That was redemption, what that was.
Fuck you, freaking Barry.
Does their audio sync up with this, or is it unsynced?
For the most part, it's synced up.
Okay. So I wonder if
It might be off like a minute. Or not like a...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's off like 60 seconds now. It's off like a little bit, but it's not.
Money! So I wonder, like, if we're cheering and I'm just fighting the dude. Haven't even got there yet.
Yeah, I win!
There's a little bit of desync, but not much.
And I can't wait for you to play through Golden Sun, Jordan.
We're just hoping that the audio is as lags as much as the video. Really hoping for it.
That's how it is.
Ricky, I wish you go ahead and die. Because you do not want to get halfway to the stage.
Oh, you have P0.
Yeah, I was
Go
about
ahead.
to say.
Why did I say P0?
P. Sherman 42 while doing
Also, last night I realized I could throw up.
You did?
I realized I could.
You threw up yesterday?
No, but
No, he was like, he threw the barrel like straight up in the air, and he's like, I didn't know I could throw up, and we just all lost it. It's like, you didn't know that throwing up was a possibility. You've never thrown up in your life?
He actually hasn't. Has he?
Who, me? Buddy, when I throw up, I can't stand it.
Oh, never mind. I'm thinking about somebody else. I know somebody who can't throw up. Like, they can't. They
Can I punch them in the dick?
Honestly,
If it's a girl, I'm punching them in the vag. Or in the ovaries. Either way.
just rip out their ovaries.
Fatality.
Fatality.
Isn't there like some kind of something you get if you jump on the treasure chest
Yeah,
like
there's something up there.
100 times or something?
That one right there. I think so.
I don't think it matters. I think it's just like any of them. Don't do it. Take the controller from him because he will sit there and fucking farm on it.
Well, you might want to take Jordan's as bad as I am on farming.
I love to farm, dude. And I wish you could have. I wish
You should
this me-
see his garden. It is absolutely
Insane.
glorious.
I almost said what?
I still play Farmville. Like, that's how much I was playing.
Please tell me you're kidding.
I'm kidding. I didn't play that. I played Farmville once before I played Warcraft, and then I was like,
Life has no meaning after this.
why the fuck? Yeah, missed it. We all forget, Ricky. We all know that's there. We all forget. Don't feel bad.
My damn turkey leg!
You done fucked up now.
Let that one live.
Slow down.
Is anyone else find it like super?
Oh, fuck.
Find it super. Oh my! Back to the beginning. Well then, whenever you do the diagonally down and you're falling, doesn't this feel fucking cool?
Gotcha. I love that fight. Even though my strategy's kind of goofy, but it still works.
What fight are you talking about, Ricky?
Helix and Super Mario RPG. There's a Final Fantasy-esque boss you can unlock. Because the Mario RPG was made by Square Enix. Well, not Square Enix.
Squaresoft at the time.
But, and so there's a cameo fight against a Final Fantasy-esque character. He's not from a Final Fantasy.
Yeah. He just kind of made it look like one.
Yeah. And he has crystals, which you know is a huge Final Fantasy thing.
You can get up there, Ricky.
Oh. Never mind.
Were you crouched down?
No!
Some weird hitbox fuckery.
He was going.
But you can unlock it, and it actually uses. See, this the battle music you're hearing is boss music from Final Fantasy IV, and it's they remake the song using the Mario RPG sound font. So the distinguishing feature between the two. One day I'll do a side-by-side comparison for you. But the distinguishing feature is the bass line in the back.
Take care of him.
Die.
Don't whip them from down here.
Why?
They disappear when the dummy gets up there.
Well, you can't get up there anyway.
I can't get over here now.
Oh.
That's why
I
I'm doing
didn't notice the fucking wall.
There's a brick wall here, bud.
I was like, okay.
I mean, I won't do it if it
I thought I was
really
the only one
angers
that
you.
was- I thought I was the only one that was OCD in this group.
I literally did not see the fucking brick wall separating him from the candles. I was like, stop!
You're looking at your candle.
They're gonna be gone by the time you get up there.
I finally found the Skate or Die song. Did you some Skate or Die too? God, I love that song. I don't know.
Skate. Or die.
I don't know why. It just cracks me up so much when they start repeating die, 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 die.
Skate or die.
Like that does not sound like something that would have passed quality control. Like I see a bunch
It was
of
on the NES too.
yeah. I'm like, I can see a bunch of parents raising mortal hell about that. Personally, but because Skate or Die is fine, but then when you just start separating die, 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 it just they kind of feel like it'd be part of a Doom theme, something like we're playing Doom 2 or something. Doom, I gotta play some Doom.
Never played Doom.
And I used to play the shit out of that. Play on Doug's computer all the time.
I never was a big Doom kid. I like Doom 3, but that's, you know.
Aw, poop.
You should have hailed it.
Should not just try to fucking one for that damn coffin.
Should've went for the damn coffee.
Okay. I'll go over here, hit you.
I hate those fucking coffins. They remind me of Gex, which I have a sudden urge to play now. Damn it.
I've never played Gex.
Never
I
played
hate,
Gex either.
I hate that my brain works like that. If you are a fan of platformers in general, not just Mario or Mega Man or Castlevania, if you really do like platformers, that is a damn good platformer. And you know how you have like Mario and Sonic kind of go together. You got Super Ghouls and Ghosts or Castlevania IV, and you know the two franchises as whole really. There's no really Gex equivalent, and I think that's what makes it so fun. Is there's no like Gex, and then there's this. If you like Gex, you'll like this. Gex is its own thing. You play as a lizard. He has his own little lizard things he does that Mario or Mega Man can't do because they're not lizards. And if you like 21-liners, like we all
I was
do,
about to say, wasn't he like, he kind of Duke Nukem-ish and like how he would like reference movies? And...
yeah, you know, I think it's Dana Carvey, I think his name, Saturday Night Live. He's the voice actor. So there's a lot of Saturday Night Live, like, there's this one world where there's like TVs all over the place, and when you destroy one of the TVs, they're like monster TVs, he'd go, hey, that's it. Like, you know, it's on TV. A lot of cool things. He makes some Stone Cold references, I think.
That's a two-edged sword. Nothing dates your game more than having current pop culture references.
I think
10 years later, no one knows what the fuck you're talking about.
yeah, it's pretty fun. The difficulty is moderate. I wouldn't consider it like this difficult, or maybe a Super Ghouls and Ghosts difficult. Nothing like that. But it's not as easy as like World 1 of Mario or something.
Right.
It's pretty rough.
It's definitely late game Mario.
Yeah, I consider it that.
It's just, it was one of those games that I always remember. Dear God, I always remember being in.
I'm rich, bitch!
You know, the value PS1 section. You get it, you know, with a $10 brand new game.
The reason why is because that game actually came out on the call box and then was re-released as a black label PS1 and then a greatest hits PS1. So that game had been around for a long time. It wasn't because it was shittier.
It was old.
Yeah,
Just had its
it literally came out when the. It was one of the very first
I guess my
PS1 games.
brain always quit because I didn't have a PlayStation growing up, so because I had N64. Don't even.
I'm
fucking
not.
do it.
I'm
What's he
not.
gonna do?
I'm not even gonna go there.
Oh yeah, the fucking song.
Yeah.
That gets in my head all the time. Thanks to Ricky.
But anyway, so I didn't have a PS1, so like in my brain, I always equated it to be like a knockoff of like Spyro or Crash or something like that. So I was like, if I'm gonna play a PS1 platform, you know, one of the big names. But like I said, that PS1, so it's very likely that Gex was the big name and everything else was the spin-off.
The Gex definitely came first, but that's the thing is that the Crash Bandicoot is a 3D platformer. Gex is a 2D platformer, purely 2D. So I wouldn't consider either of those rip-offs of it, no more than I consider Over Mario or something.
Right.
It would take more than being in the same genre for me to consider that. You know how I had a really easy time with Frankenstein because I broke him. I wonder if
I love that.
I wonder if every boss in this game has a really good strategy. Like in Mega Man, we can all beat most Mega Man bosses without even taking a hit if we do the fight right. Do we just go through these games incorrectly? Is there a correct way?
Very likely.
I've always wondered that.
Did you have to step on the other stairs? So you jumped halfway up and then walked down to the bottom and went back up again.
I don't know why I went back down. Yeah, actually, he's out.
I believe he is
We ran out of numbers. We are now on stage A.
Yay!
The best stage in DOS game.
Really?
I love this stage. Remember before I knew this was Remember before I was, I told you a story, I told the internet this story too. Remember when I was a little kid?
To
our one person watching. Whenever I used to play this as a kid, and I was alone, I did not know that this was the Castlevania song. I just thought it was a cool song, and I would write lyrics to this song and sing them. And then when Mom would walk in, like, I'm not singing to myself.
I wasn't singing, even though she clearly heard you.
Yes, I am not making up a shitty, corny song as an 8-year-old to Castlevania. I swear, this is not what you're hearing, man.
Who's the boss here?
Is he Frankenstein? No, it's this Mummy. The Mummy. Sorry.
Oh yeah, the Mummy. I was like,
Mummy in the clock tower.
Frankenstein. You already beat Frankenstein.
Frankenstein makes an appearance at the freaking tomb.
At WrestleMania 38, Frankenstein is back.
And he's angry.
Swing the thing up there.
This partner Cactus Jack.
What was that?
I couldn't see it. The
Yeah,
glare on the
it's
TV.
You just juggle the
It was covered by your UI anyway. That song stuck in my head more than I liked it.
No, especially this version because it plays a lot when we're in here. That fucking Final Fantasy VII music. God dang, it played a lot last time.
I played like 4 songs in a row.
I don't think that thing randomizes. I don't think anything randomizes.
Well, we bitch about 7, but 7 got a lot of fucking tracks.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it from a probability standpoint, I have more Final Fantasy VII on it than I do anything else, so the likelihood of it pulling something from Final Fantasy is higher than, pulling Xerxes or something that has 4 tracks.
It is still pretty odd when you consider, I mean, there may be more Final Fantasy.
Walking up the stairs.
There may be more Final Fantasy than anything, but there's still maybe 1,000 tracks on that.
God damn it. Have I mentioned that I'm not good at this?
You did.
I'm not gonna lie, if you did, I did not hear it. I know that song.
It's almost a lot of verse.
You went there, Jordan.
Down where it's wetter, down where it's better.
It's easy to me.
Isn't she like 14?
Still happy.
Okay.
She's a fucking mermaid here. She doesn't have rights. Don't go into that shit. A fucking mermaid.
What the fuck? I hate this game. I love the first 2 stages. Fuck this. Like, I like the first 2 stages of this game, but like the rest of the game I just hate it.
It's pretty rough. I'll give it that.
It's because I'm not good at it. And I've not played it enough to be good at it.
I think I was having to. You seem to be hitting your head on that block.
There's a block that I'm hitting my head on.
What aeon was that one?
Support.
Yep, that glare's destroying your gameplay, sir.
Yep.
Because
There's like, turn the light off.
Yeah, that'd be good.
They're always our biggest problem.
Yeah, someone always leaves the fucking light on. Some goddamn red roof in here. I'm fucked.
You can make this. You're a platforming god. You got this.
You got one more chance. That's about it.
Maybe if they all destroy, they'll come back. I lied.
I would just crawl off screen. This song is not for this game.
No. God, this song has so much sentimental value to me.
I'm sure the one viewer or anybody who watches later is going to assume we're talking about Bloody Tears.
Unbeknownst that the fucking... I have video game music pumping through this room at all times. Oh, god damn it! I'm about to just pass off the controller and retire.
Well, it's probably getting about time anyway.
I'm actually surprised I haven't called yet.
Which is a good song on the radio.
Well, what she classifies as good is not that great to us. But it's got the taste.
Yeah. There are just some doors you can't open.
Nope. Unless you're sore.
I hate you.
Or, you gotta remember, guys, he's the one that'll open the door. That's what the voice said, number 1, in the little dream thing.
But if you're hearing voices, go home.
Watch out for this. This is what you've been hitting with your head.
Oh. Yay! Progress.
Progressive.
Is that the soup or the insurance company?
That Progressive's the insurance company. Progresso's the soup.
I didn't really think about it. They do sound similar.
This is like a checkpoint.
Checkpoint.
I burped, I'm sorry.
He farted, so...
Oh god! God dang! Ricky, man, what the fuck was that? Oh god! Why? Why would you do that?
I got like nasty Burger King breakfast farts.
I seriously think that Ricky's ass should be outlawed by the Geneva Convention.
Smogon banned his ass weeks ago.
Oh, that was pretty nasty.
I burped and I thought mine was bad. Mine was considerate compared to yours.
Mine kind of punched you in the face.
I don't even have a face left.
One of them's like, did I poo on myself?
I think you should probably go check. Oh, spikes. This is my last... Oh, I'm done.
It's lingering!
Ricky, if you fart while I'm playing this, I will kill you.
Just come over here and smell the linger.
No, I'm good. I don't need any more linger.
I wish it would go.
I wish it would. It's your fart. You deal with it. You're ruining the music, dude. So now that music's always gonna be tied to your shitty farts.
No.
Oh, God.
I approve.
What is that?
It's a Scott Pilgrim remake of the Yoko Games group.
Oh, dick. I'm kill this Orient.
I got congestion, not from the fart.
Yeah. Hey. I know what to say.
Thank you.
I'm not thanking you for that shit. You're depleting the ozone layer. You are global warming. Thank you for the global warming, sir. Polar bears everywhere. Out of homes.
They're out of Cokes. That always pisses me off. Why do they always use polar bears for the Coke?
Because they're fucking cute. And they're iconic as shit. And it works. It sells Cokes.
Yeah, that answered nothing of what I just asked.
Why do they use polar bears for the Cokes? Exactly what I said. Because it sells Cokes.
I was just saying what made them decide to use polar bear.
Well, they probably looked at all the different animals they could have used and which one is the cutest.
Panda.
A panda bear. Right? Pretty similar to a polar.
No, polar panda. Good news is... Bad news is...
Nothing's coming.
No. The later this day gets, the worse they're going to use. Yeah, it's Final Fight.
Why does every platform have to have this horse shit?
I don't know, I fucking hate it.
Oh, they keep spawning more skellies. There was one skelly, and then I went far enough away for another to spawn, but not for the first one to despawn. Okay, good.
You got him. You got 3 whacks.
Whack, whack, whack.
Whack, whack, whack.
Whack, whack, whack.
That's something I've not watched.
Robot chicken. What makes this stage so hard is you don't know where the floor really ends with the only. Oh god. I forgot about those. What plane of existence are you from, sir?
In between your whip and your body.
It's Gears of War.
Yeah, that one.
I never played them. I played them a little bit.
They're pretty fun.
But I can't remember who I was playing with. I don't know if it was you, Chris, or Mike. I doubt it was Mike though, because Mike kind of stopped up everybody there.
Oh god, is this gonna kill me?
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't. You never know with Castlevania, did you?
I thought it would.
There's no telling what will kill you and what won't.
I mean, it's a good thing it didn't, because it'd save your ass.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure that one would have.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother. We're going down if you want. I was like, no.
Have you played any beautiful video games, George?
No, the character is really short and I hate short protagonists. Just throwing that out there. What?
That was mean.
He's like 3 foot tall. How badass can he be?
Like in his world, he's probably quite tall.
I played one, okay? I don't know how big he is. Zero's taller than him. Zero's fucking short.
Zero's about 5 something.
They say he is. I think he's real taller than that.
I don't know if he was like 5'5" or 5'1".
Yeah, I think he is.
He's 5 centimeters.
How that works. No, that's like
Jeremy Souls.
yeah, I'm just gonna ride this thing to the top. Kind of strike too.
Did we tell you we beat Scott Pilgrim?
Fucking 30 minutes.
Yeah, he's not with the kids.
It was fun. I was kind
Like,
of
broke it.
yeah. I was hitting so hard. Chris was hitting so hard.
We maxed out our stats by pumping out food. And, yeah, bosses died in like split seconds.
Yeah, I picked up a ball bat. The boss was dead. Like he spawned and he was dead.
And one of the bosses I grabbed and did my like rapid punch, and it died. I was like, well.
Yeah, it was.
My big problem with Scott Pilgrim is I don't understand how it works on Sonic when the leveling and stuff goes. It's complicated. I love the game. I just wish I knew more. I need to look at my epic keep on it and stuff. Because of how much stats work and stuff.
It's weird. Like your stat bonuses you get from food. You just buy food.
Can we do this?
Oh,
I have to.
yeah.
I can't get. I have to get out of the corner. I guess I'm not. That works. I wish I had the Roman numeral there.
That way you need a numeral.
The Roman
Asian flavor.
Does that count as my stage?
No.
Okay, good.
No, I phoned a friend.
That was a shitty stage. I thought I loved that stage. I forgot all the music. Take the music out. It's like, well then.
Stage sucks. Where are we to now? Well, actually, I watched Drag.
Is this the drag?
I think this is the drag.
Do you want Dracula then?
No, your
Or
turn.
do you want to take him and I'll take Dracula? What do you want to do? I want you to poop in a hat. I don't have a hat.
Well, then I guess you're pooping.
Thank you, sir.
He just puts it on. That's how those guys are. A lot harder to kill in the game than this one, but
I'm not going to argue with that.
give on cameras did you get your... Fuck that, never mind, so...
Oh, damn it. That did not go like I thought it would.
This, I hate this stage because of this.
Oh, I remember this stage. God, I hate this stage. You make that jump? Is that jumpable?
Yeah.
Yeah, it fucking better be, because you're dead.
Bye. Don't care. That thing up with this. Oh god, I hate this part really bad.
That's it.
Tips, Chris.
Don't die. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Thought you're suffering.
It gets worse at the top.
Yeah.
The spikes up there. What is it, X6?
Basically.
It's like I'm playing X6.
What's the boss do?
Dracula.
Oh yeah, he's great too.
There's a lot of mini bosses on the way.
Just the tip.
That was fucking good.
Thank you, sir.
Damn.
That was the part I dreaded in this whole fucking stage. I'm glad it's over with. And the fun begins.
Oh yeah, you fight death.
You gotta fight this fucker too. Shaft. I gotta fight Shaft.
National Anthem is Aerodactyl.
What? Damn, he's hitting hard.
You don't give a fuck, dude. Yeah, this boss balls dick. Run for the boss. Full power. Wow. Thanks. Thanks, Castlevania.
No items though. Hope you didn't want one of those things.
Is it really this easy? I hate bosses that are just sitting in there.
What I want to know is why didn't you hit him? He shoots the fucking moon back.
He has a Wolverine claws now.
Oh, fantastic. Ah. Well, that was rough.
Let's go down here. You're here.
What is it anyway? You got that monster chicken and stuff? The boss from Power Rangers the movie, the snowboard thing? With a wing cannon?
It's glutamate to it.
Yeah.
They ran out of ideas.
He's effective as fuck, but he's just basic.
No, the situation is fun.
Yeah, because he has that straight punch that, if you're gonna hit aerial targets, he's perfect. I just hate in the movie edition Superior in every way, with the exception of the fact that all the Power Rangers are in there and shit. The characters are more unique before they morph. And then when they morph, they lose all their, their individuality. Like, Billy is so fucking top tier in the regular Power Rangers game. I love using Billy in that game. he's a multi-hitter. Like, he does a bunch of multiple punches and stuff. And things like that.
Like going over your head.
They don't know.
A lot of things go over my head.
Oh, I didn't get to go. Shouldn't have bitched.
All these hits that normally would have hit him.
Oh god.
Now he's pissed.
Now it's death. Didn't we find a really cool way to beat death last time, Chris?
I think you did. You showed it to me. I don't remember what that was.
Wasn't like one of his biggest projectiles was a storyboard or some shit?
Dude, it's like a year ago.
I mean, but then during this
Oh,
phase...
yeah, you just hold the whip up.
I actually did the strategy.
Well, plus you were kind of playing
He did. We have an attack phase and a don't do shit phase. This is the don't do shit phase. If you get really ballsy, you could just attack him in that thing on purpose. Now, if I had my Holy Cross and my times 3, I'd be whooping his ass right now. While I'm running, he's hitting him.
Yikes.
Death my ass. I am death.
I am a woman.
repressing.
Jump.
Jump.
Yeah.
Now how'd I get out of here?
Same way you got up there.
Oh. Yep, that didn't work.
You don't fall.
Don't fall. Gotcha.
Memorize where the invisible platforms are.
Dracula's actually hard without using this method. I didn't use this method when I played it last time around.
Nope. Couldn't find it.
There's also a staircase that you can't see. Well, it literally gives you everything.
Usually the best weapon.
Full full whip.
Thanks for the staircase info.
Level 3, Holy Cross, full health.
The holy water probably fucked his world up, I'd imagine, but I'm not sure. I think at times 3 the cross is probably superior.
The holy water in the original Castlevania is broken. It freezes the enemy in place and up.
I'm gonna miss the cues here. I forgot you can't jump over that because it's just blow up.
Your crosses you got times 3.
My health off here has avoid that damage.
Oh.
I'm okay with this. Oh!
It's one of the things, it's like I jump, but I think I can tap it a little further.
Come on, Glory. Would you try a leather whip run?
Have fun. Have to do 4 times the work.
Yeah. The fuck is this shit? Top food. Oh, my chicken's gone. Don't use that chicken if you're gonna bring some more of that back, Draco. Oh, into that way, Tony.
Part's fucking hard.
But I think I've got it though. I love how you can actually get the boomerangs back, but they don't do anything. Like you don't. It's not like the boomerang cutter from X1.
Dracula's a dick.
I agree with you. Throw all wants to get out. Okay.
I hate this part.
As much damage as I can. I don't more from
But it's just literally it.
this one. Yeah, he's not as hard as our final
Yeah, 'cause the light comes in.
Yeah, he morphs in Drac X.
That's right. To the big fucking demon thing. Oops.
Yeah, that's actually on one of the last stream you did. I heard it.
What are those big, the chocolate candy that are in, what are they called?
Candy.
Whoppers. It looks like you pick up Whoppers every time you kill a boss.
Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it?
Big aluminum ball.
Don't you gotta love your Super Nintendo Sunrisey?
Yeah.
Credit Sleep, X1,
Cliff.
This, I was on a cliff.
Castle crumbling to the ground. Cliches, nut sacks. Yay! We beat
We did it.
Castlevania 4!
We did it.
It was fun.
Yep, I believe at the very end it will say "and you" as.
And butt nuts.
Yeah.
Simon Belmont.
Simon Belmont starring as Buttnuts.
That's the thing. Does Buttnuts play Simon Belmont, or does Simon Belmont play Buttnuts?
Yes.
Yes. See, look at this.
My
The
favorite
computer's
response to
actually even
everything.
using the whip.
Yeah.
Whee!
The guys who programmed this game sucked at its own game.
Because he's about to get hit right there. Clearly, he's about to fall right on it.
Oh, but yay, another successful stream. Thank you all, anyone who tuned in or watches this after the fact.
Had fun. Yep, it was right.